Hello everyone and welcome back in the OC, ladies and gentlemen. My friends, thank you so much for being here tonight.
A reset, so it might not be telling the full story. So let's see how they're going to start. Okay, so we have a start with an overhead from Toko, and he is the one taking initiative. Heavy punch target combo, no punish, and we're already in the corner. So far, everything is hitting for Toko, it seems. And Simple Boy is in a very difficult spot, and this is the first perfect of Season 3. We're getting it as early as possible.
Yeah, in the first round already, like... Let's see if Simple Boy can adapt, but as you were saying, Yanick, and very well, it seems like pretty much 99% of Tokoko's normas are hitting.
Yeah, but now he's grasping the initiative, and let's see what he can do with it. Decides to drink instead of getting Oki. Of course, a drawback that you sometimes have to take with Jamie. And this round is already looking a lot better for Simple Boy. Toko is in the corner. Wakes up with a super in round 2. And this is 5 medals, that might kill.
Ooh,
Yes, it does! It does! But what a risky call from Toko. He didn't have to do this. Like, he could still go to round 3 with 3 bars in a worst case scenario, but decides to risk it all, and the risk pays off.
Yep, he was a round up, but I do agree with you, Yanick, on these situations that it is a little bit risky, but it paid off, as you said.
I guess if you show it early on in the set, it does make it force him to respect. We have DI against the overhead. This is a good option if you cook with your reactions. You can do it.
It's one of the counters to that. Okay, specifically the hard counter to that. Okay, yeah.
Let's see. Toko is in burnout. Simple Boy as well. This might come down to chip, but no, the overhead once again. This overhead has been paying a lot of
dividends, maybe.
Yeah, dividend.
For sure.
For Toko so far. And we are on 5 medals already. Perfect parry on the DI. We're getting some drinks too. And let's see if he's going to be able to make the comeback. This is of course FT2. We're playing first to 2 wins until top 8, and then we're switching to first to 3 sets. So not much time for Simple Boy to react. Oh. Staggers. Yeah, good stagger on the target combo to get that corn grab in, but Simple Boy is still alive. And well, this is the last chance, but the DI is going to take it. I'm not sure. I think he could have done something if he reacted to it after landing. But anyways, Toko takes the game. A very convincing set, I would say.
I do agree, to be perfectly honest. And on the last interaction, it was also a very good call out on the delayed dive kick from Simple Boy full when it comes to casting. I do think it's gonna be a very, very tough matchup for Cyberdog, for sure. Let's see how disciplined he is in terms of defending versus Judy. That is the big question mark, in my opinion, Yanick.
Okay.
Let us see.
A very weird start. It seems like there is some kind of issue.
Might be, yeah.
Okay, I think that they're playing now. Not sure what the issue was, maybe some lag. Hopefully it's resolved now. Okay, Cyberdog is the first one to get on the offense, and Dims is pretty low on drive already. So this might be tough. He's got the bomb. Because plus frames. Backdash is on the plus frames. That's an interesting call out this early. and decides to go for the chip with double Psycho Crusher and gets the first round.
Yep, +1 on both of those, so a pretty good option, to be fair.
Yeah, he is plus when the opponent is in burnout, so it is difficult to stop when this is how you... If this is enough to chip your opponent out, this is very difficult to deal with. This round is looking much better for Dims. It's Cyberdog with the drive deficit. Goes for immediate DI, but neutral jump punishes it. And the question is, does Cyberdog have the reactions, and is Dims going to test it? He is going to test it, and he did not have the reactions, so we're going to round 3. The question is, how much is it going to cost Dims to close this one out? He decides not to! He decides not to spend! And it seems that today the risks are all paying off.
Yeah, for sure.
In the first game, we've had Toko not spending on round 2 to risk winning the round. Risking losing the round without meter. This time we have Dims risking by not spending and getting the win anyway. And let's see if this is going to be the difference maker in this round. It seems that it might be. Although I don't think this is going to kill just yet, but it's definitely a very tough situation for Cyberdog. Although Dims is in burnout, so one good decision by Cyberdog might completely change the result of this game.
Goes into that raw Psycho Crusher in the end of the string.
Yeah, that was a very risky call. Let's see. One more hit for both players, basically. Of course, Cyberdog needs to be a little bit more selective with what this one hit is going to be than Dims, but the jump in gets him, and the first game goes to Dims, but it is much closer than I expected it to be honest.
Yeah, very, very close. We saw Dims taking a lot of risks as well, especially offensively. But in the end, he had the discipline to make that comeback in both rounds.
Yeah, that's...
Rather, in 2 of the rounds, that is.
Yeah, exactly. A nice air throw against the Devil's Reverse. And it seems that Dims is starting to get warmed up a bit. His offense seems to be landing more often. And let's see if Cyberdog is going to be able to adapt.
Oh, he actually got
He did not believe in the punish, but he actually did get the punish counter after the... what is it called?
Medium Fua, if I'm... Yeah. Medium stock, medium Fua. Both work.
I'm not exactly sure how... I guess crouching medium punch is actually a really good button to have to punish that. He's doing... And okay, in losers bracket already. Not so good then.
Yeah, he did win his first match in the losers, the loser side though. So,
but we're starting the match on Onirash versus Wayan. Onirash gets the distance that JP likes the most immediately, and let's see what Wayan does to get in. Oh, gets the demon flip. Onirash tries to DI it, and Wayan responds with a DI of their own, and now Akuma is in. For how long though?
Very low on drive gauge already, Yanick. That is definitely one of the problems for Wayan, so
yeah, you definitely
can chill a bit, but
yeah, you definitely don't want to be burnt out against JP. It's one of those characters who you really don't want to be hitting you while you are in burnout, because well, that level 2 is going to be a death sentence. And he has a lot of chip out sequences that are very difficult to break out of. And speaking of level 2, well, DI is not going to cut it. And Onirash takes the first round.
Goes for the forward jump EX Fireball, trying to get some offense, but already at full screen Yanick is winning.
Yeah, but gets the punish counter fireball, doesn't get the follow-up combo though. And one thing I have to wonder is, was that DI actually what Wayan wanted there? Or is that, was that supposed to be a drive reversal? Because I don't think
On
DI...
the previous round?
Yeah. Because I don't think DI ever works against the JP level 2, right?
It does not. It does not.
There are setups where a drive reversal might help you, especially if JP is actually going to run offense instead of blocking after doing the level 2. So that makes more sense to me if that was what he wanted. But Wayan does equalize the round score for now and gets Oni Rush in the corner. Oh, the jab into level 2 doesn't combo. I wanted to say that this was a good idea because when JP... There are setups where JP's amnesia is actually minus and you can pressure them. And the problem with pressuring them is that the amnesia can still hit you, the projectiles. So going for a combo that immediately goes into a cinematic is actually a really good way to deal with that. But that jab into level 2 did not combo, so I'm not sure what was wrong in that scenario there. Because it's difficult to me to believe that this doesn't combo. Maybe he was just too late?
Yeah, I think that might have been the case, Yanick. And probably he wanted the second jab to confirm into the level 2. That's my bet. If I had to bet, I think that was the scenario.
Yeah, and meanwhile Oni Rush has taken the first game. And let's see if Wayan starts getting better answers to the options that Oni Rush is representing so far. He's got him in the corner, which is a position we've reached in many of the rounds. Oh, a dropped combo again. A good Hadouken though. Oni Rush is really insistent on using those DIs against the Demon Flip. Which is a little bit surprising to me.
Oni Rush Smash is on the -2, very confident there. But Wayan back on the offensive, Yanick. We're playing Street Fighter 6. We're actually playing Street Fighter 6.
One more, one more. We're going all the way. And Wayan gets the round. Maybe this is what he needed to try to equalize this set. Those air fireballs are also working out great for him so far. He's getting the hits. So in the first game he did have some issues with capitalizing all of those hits. But in this game it seems much better for now. Good throw against the parry attempt. And now Wayan's offense is a little bit more calm, but a lot more successful. And this is going to kill, and this is going to equalize the score. The first 1-1 of the season. So far.
Yeah, indeed, the first. Indeed. This time around, Wayan being a lot more successful on offense, being more patient as well in the corner, I would say. Let's see if Oni Rush does adapt to this, Yanick.
Good, perfect parries. Yeah, definitely a lot more patient approach to offense, and it is working out for him so far. No punish on the withdraw with the shimmy attempt, but we're continuing the offense, so no big deal. And once again we are in Oni Rush's corner. This seems to have been a constant this set so far. This is the corner we always end up in. Sometimes Oni Rush makes the comeback, but I think this is a problem that Oni Rush needs to figure out to get this set. Another air fireball hits. I'm not sure if this combo must have ended there. Double overhead gets the round, and Wayan is on set point now. The situation has changed drastically. Good reverse. Oh, another missed combo opportunity.
Yeah, not quite close enough to get the crouch spheres to connect.
And we have not seen much of level 2 from Onirash as well. We've seen one in game 1, in the first round, but other than that... Oh, of course, the second hit of the Akuma's heavy kick whiffs on crouches. There was an opportunity for a bigger punish. Oh, here comes the level 2, I called it out. Decides to just take the punish counter throw. That's not a bad outcome from this super. And this should be it if Wayan finishes the combo, and he does! So he makes the comeback, and I think it's a very deserved win. He did win most of the neutral interactions. In the first game, there were a few mishaps that did cost him the first game, but he managed to...
That's the win.
Definitely a match that could be the final for today.
It very well could be. I would say two of the best European players. I mean, two of the higher echelon of Europe, at least.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, we've seen Abuoshi during the Russia versus Netherlands team match. And he was a very vital part to Russia's victory in that match.
He was indeed.
And Alfan, of course, also, I think, no stranger to anyone who's watching the European scene. One of the top kamis in the region. Let's see. It seems that he does not follow. He does not finish the combo, and that gives Abuoshi a lot of chance. But the whiffed command grab is going to be punished with a throw, and Alfan takes the first round.
Yep. Optimal for meter as well, for Alfan's side. Starting the round already with the Super 3. Yanick.
Yes, although Abuoshi is also building the level 3 already, so not much of an advantage, but definitely something to keep in mind when your opponent puts themselves in a punish situation where everything kills. Going for a grab or a command grab, if you have one, usually is the meter efficient option. Abuoshi decides not to follow up that anti-air with a super, and gets the command grab to finish off the second round to equalize. I guess that makes sense. He didn't want to spend 2 before the round 3. He had a lot of health, so it wasn't that risky of a decision. Also, I don't think the level 3 would have killed. Gets another of those command grabs. This is 5 medals. The next one might kill, actually. Especially if it's punish counter.
I think it does, actually. Maybe even on normal hit. I do agree with you, Yanick.
Yeah, punish counter kills definitely, but normal hit I'm not 100% sure.
Slight whiff on the dive kick by Alfan, and already on the corner Abuoshi.
Yeah, and this one is going to kill for sure. And first game to Abuoshi. Again, we see Manon on screen, we see those medals getting picked up very early. And let's see how Alfan decides to deal with that. Abuoshi is one of those Manon players who really likes to get those medals early. This is also not only what we're seeing in the set so far, this is also my experience of fighting him in ranked sets and tournament sets sometimes. But Alfan he's playing the SF6 offense now, and it does pay off. In the end, he goes for the DI when Abuoshi does not have enough health to DI back. And we see another one of those early command grabs to get the medal. He really likes the driver's cancel into command grab.
Ooh, and that's 5 medals, Yanick.
That's 5 medals.
For the final round.
And it seems that Alfan is scared of Abuoshi, because the dash up after command grab, of course, Manon is minus on that. So no reaction, allowing Abuoshi to do the command grab. And I think Alfan has to finally decide to take some risks on defense, because he can't just take those command grabs one after another.
Yep, especially with those 5 medals on deck. I do agree with you, Yanick. We can see that if one of those hits again, probably Alfan will be like on 10% health, maybe 15. So, and there it is. You called it. He doesn't hit dry reversal this time around, and this is gonna be a kill.
Yeah.
Yep. There it is.
I wonder if that was meant to be the upkick special from Abuoshi. Because it is a very weird situation to use it. Especially the regular one, because if it were an EX one, I think you could say that he was perhaps trying to hard call out an instant dive kick or something like that. But with a regular one, I guess maybe that was some kind of call out. And we have a backdash on Wake Up to punish another attempt on one of those greedy early command grabs. So Alfan is adapting his offense to take more risks. The hit grab, of course, punishable on block. And it seems that Alfan is regaining his pace in this set.
For sure. Controlling the neutral as well. A little bit more, because he is indeed controlling pretty well. The problem is, mostly I would say, Yanick, those DRCs into the mix-ups.
Yes, he needs to be worried about those. And this is going to be a kill with level 2, I think. Not enough! And now Abuoshi is in burnout. Of course, the drive reversal is safe against burnt out opponents. It is very a scary position for Abuoshi. Oh.
Ooh, goes for the 5-framer there, Abuoshi. Maybe the 4-framer could have punished that,
maybe
that spiral arrow attempt?
Of course, gets the command grab from the hooligan. Of course, it's very difficult to tell because the spiral arrow, the block disadvantage is very dependent on spacing. It's very difficult to tell if it was punishable. I guess him going for a 5-framer means he did not believe it was punishable in that situation. But yeah, that was the consequence of that burnout combo not killing. A very difficult position to be in. That's why it's very important to be very, very precise with damage calculations in this game. This time Abuoshi manages to kill, and it's he has 4 medals at the beginning of the last round. This is final game, final round for the set, so a really good timing to be on high medals. Both players, of course, with full super bar, and we're going to see a perfect from Abuoshi to end it all. And I think that was a very, very interesting set. At first, Abuoshi was the one who set the pace. Then we've seen some adaptation from Alfan. And in the final moments, we've seen adaptation to Alfan's adaptation.
Abel, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was the name. Yes, Abel. Apparently, a Kimberly player.
Okay. I'm not familiar with them, honestly. I'm familiar with Overlord Nyx. Of course, one of the players playing for Team Czech Republic in our nation versus nation games. Who was, I would say, pretty crucial to the win that Czech Republic had over Italy. He is the one who beat Breezy, which was the scariest Italian player that showed up in that match, if I recall correctly. Okay,
yes.
Abel is Sticky Boy Syrup. Okay, so I do remember him. He did play against Team Russia. I do remember him now. So let's see how Overlord Nyx deals with him.
Apparently, Sticky Boy Syrup was just trolling the OOC team. Apparently.
Okay, I see. An interesting matchup because like Dalsim is the zoner character. Of course, Kimberly is the rushdown. So we both know very well what spacing those characters prefer to be at, and it's the literal opposite of what the other wants. And so far, it seems that Sticky Boy Syrup is the one who gets to decide the spacing for the first round and gets the first round for themselves. And let's see how Overlord Nyx manages in trying to perhaps slow the game down, because I would imagine this is what Dalsim wants. well, it doesn't seem like he's going to get to slow him down yet. Of course,
Yeah.
spending the level 3 early is very good for Kimberly. She gets the buff that Overlord Nyx will have to be aware of for the rest of this match. But a very good pickup from the teleport. Both of those characters can get picked up from the respective teleports, so let's see which player is going to be more ready for the other's teleports, I guess. So far, Overlord Nyx manages to equalize the match. And let's see. A good whiff punish from Sticky Boy Syrup. And we're in the corner again, and this is not where Dalsim wants to be.
Yep.
He does have the meter
Especially-
advantage though.
He does. I was just gonna say, yeah, like Sticky Boy does still have both of the cans for a setup in case he does get the Yoki for it, but what a call out from Overlord Nyx here.
Yes, wakes up with level 2, of course. This is the lowest amount of bar he has to pay for a reversal. Oh, wakes up with drive impact. I have to assume this was supposed to be a drive reversal, perhaps?
Maybe that, or just a very ballsy hard call out from Overlord Nyx. Either way, it worked,
Yeah,
kinda
Yeah,
crazy.
I mean, it didn't. Sticky Boy Syrup reacted. and-
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, either way, it
Exactly.
didn't work. So the first game goes to Sticky Boy Syrup, and let's see. We're back in the corner, but it's Kimberly in the corner this time, and that's definitely a good news for Overlord Nyx. And Alsim throw loops a little bit reminds me of Evo Nice. I don't know if you watched, maybe you were there in person, I don't know. But Master going for throw loops with Dalsim was the highlight of that Evo for many people, and the crowd going wild for the local man getting this far with Dalsim. But now Kimberly is burnt out, full screen. This is not a good position to be in against Dalsim. Dalsim, another one of those characters that I really dislike being in burnout against. Of course, it's always bad to be in burnout, but against characters like Dalsim, it's pretty difficult. It's very difficult to get in on Dalsim when you're in burnout.
Most definitely, most definitely.
And of course, if you say, I'm just going to defend until the burnout runs out, it's also not very good to be the one on the defense against Dalsim. He does have ways to mix you up if you're going to play passive. Of course, those fireballs with teleport. There are ways for him to punish passive play, so this is also not something you can afford to do. And it seems that Overlord Nyx is going to get the offense down and equalize the set. And I was expecting him to try to be to keep the match a little bit more at a fast pacing, but it seems that his answer is to get on the offense himself. Maybe not immediately at a point-blank range, because it's still Dalsim, but it very much seems that he's the one being proactive in the rounds he wins.
Yeah, most definitely. I think it's even a very, very big shift compared to the first match. Overlord Nyx is definitely playing a lot more neutral to offense instead of just regular poking with both the fireballs and the limbs. He's definitely trying to get in there, Yanick, yeah.
Yeah, we see a lot of pressuring with block strings into float, into instant heavy punch, which is a very strong tool that Dalsim has. Of course, this will beat any delay tech attempts, and if you're not fast enough with reacting to the jump, of course you're going to get hit by the punch because all jump normals are overhead. And it's also plus on blocks, so even if you do block it, it's not like you're getting out.
Mm-hmm. And if it does hit, it's a very, very big portion of damage that Dalsim can do as well.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, tries to test his reactions, but Sticky Boy Syrup is ready with the level 1. Not quite in burnout yet, out of burnout yet, but he is out of burnout with this combo and spends the bar to kill. I'm not sure he needed to spend the bar here, but I'm not a Kimberly expert, so I might be wrong on this one. Maybe he wasn't ready to the fact that he recovered the drive bar mid-combo, and that's why he went for the super.
I think that might be the case, yes. Probably just to play it safe.
Yeah, it's very difficult to be absolutely certain that it's going to be back just as you get the next hit, right? So betting on it might actually not benefit you. The drive impact was a part of combo, so it did combo, but Kimberly, Sticky Boy Syrup gets the win.
I do agree on that. I do agree on that.
Let's see how Abuoshi manages to deal with Dims, because Dims is a player who is very difficult to force to slow down in neutral, I feel.
Very good backdash there from Abuoshi. Yeah.
Nice punish counter. Nice with punish with the light kick as well. And Abuoshi has Dims in the corner. Not much drive, but oh, a little bit too high with that anti-air. That's why the hit grab did not hit. And that's a very unfortunate for Abuoshi. He's in burnout now, and he didn't even get a medal for it. And that's a very scary position to be in against Dims, especially if he's willing to spend level 2 to try to finish off the round. And I think, yeah, he can just go for the full combo, spend everything, and get the win with in the first round. Oh, this is going to be a punish, yeah, that was way too close to be using the stock.
Even though it was the heavy, so I was gonna say, Yanick, pretty good awareness from Abuoshi to use the 4th framer there, because I do think that was the heavy Fuha. And what a whiff punish right now as well.
Yeah, that might be why he didn't do the common grab. Because yeah, if it's only -4, then the heavy punch common grab would not have killed. But Abuoshi manages to find another hit and equalizes the round score. And now he is the one with the slight meter advantage. 3 medals, which is not a bad score for a Manon, but of course that's less than we've seen him in round 3s so far this tournament. Catches the attempt at anti-air parry with a command grab, and Dims decides to go for level 2, and that's a very good jump to bait out the drive reversal, but doesn't get the punish. Maybe a neutral jump would have worked there. Although neutral jump would have lost against Manon's level 2, I guess. So it's always difficult to call out specifically which reversal your opponent is going to do, even if you are calling a reversal. But Dims manages to finish up the round with that level 2, even in burnout.
Already almost on burnout, Abuoshi now on burnout. Dim's buttons are doing a lot of damage for sure.
Yes, even when blocked they're doing drive damage, and as you said, Abuoshi already in burnout, so this drive damage is turning to real damage real fast. And gets the stun, and that's going to be it. And I think he will not even have to spend a super. Yeah, exactly. So Dims on set point. We're still in FT2, right?
I do think we are, yes, but let me confirm.
Very nice with punish heavy kick. A good conversion from Abuoshi. He's in burnout. But gets the overhead, no follow-up though. And this is a difficult position to be in. Still a little bit of burnout for him. He did just recover, but Dims gets the overhead, and that's going to be it. He's or maybe not. Okay, he blocks the drive reversal after blocking a combo, which that's a very big... wait, who did? No, Toko was playing against Simple Boy, the Jamie player, so we did not see this matchup from either of those players today.
Exactly.
Yeah, Wayan was playing against the JP player, right?
Yes, against Tony Rush, if I'm not mistaken, yeah.
Yeah, Onirush was the player, yes. And it seems that Wayan wants to play footsies so far. Gets the overhead on the pressure though. And one more hit is going to do it this round, but level 1 is not going to cut it against the meaty projectile. And he gets the combo, and Wayan wins the first round. And let's see how Toko manages to recover in the next round. It feels especially bad to do a round 1 super reversal and be wrong, because then not only do you lose the round, you have also lost the meter for nothing. But it seems that Toko doesn't seem too worried. He gets 2 command grabs very quickly, and this round might be going in his favor. But doesn't complete the combo. He could have gone for another medal if he wanted to, or a better knockdown. But gets a medium punch, immediately resets into another command grab, and he's going to start the final round with 4 medals. Wayan on... Oh, that is not going to work. Yeah, that was a little bit late with the super. So now it's Toko with the meter advantage. Gets the hit grab, and this is 1 hit away from losing, and that medium punch into EXDP is not going to work. Unfortunate. I wonder what the idea was with the medium punch into EXDP. Because I think that might be a true block string, right?
Yes. Probably just a misinput though on the DP.
Oh yeah, I guess.
But not quite sure, Yanick. It was very strange. But
yeah, I was
Wayan...
confused because usually you would see a heavy punch come out if you're messing up the input on EX reversal. But he might have been just trying to press light punch, medium punch or something. And then a medium punch would come out with a misinput, so that makes sense. In the meantime, Toko is trying to finish up the round, but Wayan with a good reversal level 1. And this time the reversal level 1 is going to work out, and Wayan is taking the first round in the second game. A good whiff punish, heavy kick. Adds a lot of corner carry. And he's going to block this reversal super. And another punish counter heavy kick. Makes me wonder if... I guess it doesn't matter in the end, especially now that he gets another hit. But I guess it is very difficult to actually not side switch after blocking that level 2, because Manon is flying really far.
Yep.
And there is some risk in trying to hit between the 2 hits. I'm not sure about if it is optimal for Akuma, because I guess, for example, Marisa wouldn't even want to hit between those 2, because you want the charged heavy punish. So you would get the side switch most of the time.
Yeah. If you want the damage, you can go for the heavy fist, the heavy element flame. Maybe Wayan wasn't really prepared for that punish. I guess,
but it was still a good punish though, so
yeah,
doesn't matter
for
in
sure.
the end, I guess.
For sure.
And now Toko is on set point with 4 medals. Tries to go for a con grab, Wayan with the drive reversal. Oh, but the entire misses, and this is a very scary situation now. And gets the DI wall splat, and this is going to kill he's not even going to go into the level 3. He knows this is going to kill without super. Versus Dims, Rashid versus Jury. A very interesting matchup. Both characters that can really overwhelm you with their offense. Both characters with really strong level 2s. And let's see how the players handle the matchup. And both characters with with a little bit unusual fireballs, I suppose. Oh,
Yeah,
no punish
for
on the
sure.
sweep. Dims with the DI, but Leodon reacts with a DI of their own, and we're going to the corner. And this is not where you want to be against the Rashid. And that's why Dims goes for a back throw, and a back throw incident this is how you turn the tide in modern fighting games. And it
Both
seems
already
that,
with level 2 as well, Yanick.
yeah,
There
and
it is.
a little bit unusual for Rashid to go for a block string into level 2, but he does get the burnout and side switch from it. So I guess this is why he went for it. Usually you would want a knockdown, so you can set up a longer pressure with that. Is it a tornado or is it a hurricane?
I just call it this. I just call it by its feature name.
Okay.
I don't know yet.
In any ways, usually you would want like the tornado to be more of a looming threat than a part of the block string, because usually when your opponent is blocking it, it is the like final part of the level 2 mix-up. But meanwhile, Dims manages to find a hit with a level 3, and this might be the turning point of this round. Although Rashid does have level 2, but decides not to go for it, and this perfect parry might be enough if he decides to route into level 1, and he obviously does. And this is going to equalize the score for this game. But Dims with no super in the final round. Meanwhile, Leodon with 3 bars. Which in this matchup...
Potentially 2 level 2s, that is what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I was going to say, in this matchup, this might be specifically pretty important compared to some other matchups, perhaps. But so far, Dims does seem to do a good job of not getting hit with something that would lead to a good level 2 setup from Rashid. But I think this is going to be it, yeah, level 2, and now you have to guess for game, perhaps even. A good hit definitely might end this. But Dims decides not to go for any risks. If you want to throw me, throw me. And the Drive Reversal is going to get punished, and the first game goes to Leodon.
In spite of Dim's very, very good offense, well, Leodon still got some very good anti-airs, especially with the heavy
A mixer?
I'm missing the name, but yeah,
Heavy mixer, yeah.
heavy mixer, exactly. A lot of them were hitting very well.
Yes, and despite Dim's patience, Leodon eventually did get the offense he wanted. But now Dims is getting the stun, and this is going to be round 1 for him. And he is 1 step away from equalizing the score of this set. Of course, we still have a lot of set to go, as we said, FT3. Good with punish from Leodon, and we're in the corner already. Of course, Rashid, one of those characters who have really strong corner carry, even for this game's standards.
Yep, both corner carry and corner mix as well.
Yes. And Dims is going to level 3 again in round 2. It is an interesting pattern we're seeing for spending meter from him. I don't think I've seen that many juries go for this kind of... for level 3s in round 2 this often, and this time it does pay off. It did put him in 1 mix-up away from winning the round, and he indeed did get the mix-up, and he equalizes the set. Yuri, of course, one of those characters with a dive kick, which you can use as a defense tool, instant air dive kick against throws to actually get some damage down for calling out the throw correctly instead of just resetting to neutral. A strong tool that I feel is overlooked by many people in Street Fighter 6.
Yep, I would agree. Kami has it as well, of course, Blanca as well. And coincidentally, Yanick, those tend to be characters who have a very strong defense. So I definitely agree with you.
Yeah, Blanca with an even stronger version because he can do it on jump back, which means he can also just do a jump back without committing to it. If they notice that you didn't go for the throw.
Exactly.
But coming back to this set, a good perfect parry by Dims. He is a younger player from what I remember, and his perfect parries definitely do show. He is good with perfect parries. As a Marisa player, I would know. Good drive rush overhead, and this is going to be a kill without spending anything. Both players are going to go into run 3 of game 3 with 3 bars, so this might be a very explosive round.
I'm trying to maintain my seriousness, but I felt when you said I'm a Marisa player, so of course I know. But yeah, Dim's on the corner already. Yeah, sorry, tell me.
Yeah, Marisa is one of those characters who is very vulnerable to perfect parries, but as we're talking about Marisa, Dims manages to find the level 3, doesn't kill quite yet, but Leodon is one hit away from getting killed, and that crouching medium kick into the air rush is going to do it. 2-1 for Dims. One more chance for him to reverse this set. Oh, good punish on the sweep. I wonder if he could have gotten something else. It's been a long time since I've seen a sweep being punished by a sweep. This reminds me of Street Fighter 5 a lot. A good call out on the DP with the safe jump. I think this was an empty jump with a safe jump that would usually lose to non-OD DPs.
Yeah, it's a 5-frame DPs. I think so as well, yeah.
Yeah, but Leodon calls it out with an empty jump instead of a pseudo safe jump. And once again we see that he manages to go through a DP and get the full punish and gets Dims in the corner. I wonder if Dims is going to stop doing those DPs, perhaps, in these situations. Or if this is just going to be something that's going to work out for Leodon. The level 1 is not killing though, Dims in burnout, but gets the crouching light kick to close out the round, and this is set point for Dims. One thing I haven't seen from Leodon yet is when Jory does the drive rush medium kick. The medium kick is actually usually -4, so with drive rush it's actually neutral.
0. Yeah.
So you can challenge with a jab to trade. But meantime, Leodon manages to find a reversal level 3 and put Dims on a very low HP, and it seems we might be going to game 5. Oh? He needs one more hit. Oh no!
Yep.
Not enough drive for a drive rush.
Yeah, maybe a super one would have punished that Eagle Spike and block. That was what I was thinking, Yanick. But well, we go into game 5. You were right. So
I was right in the end.
Yes, sir.
And let's see. No more time for adjustments. Whatever they go with, it has to be the correct call now. And it seems that the calls are being correct with the offense from Leodon for now. He gets Dims very low, and next hit might do it. Oh, a delayed DP to catch whatever he was pressing after the safe jump. An interesting option, but Leodon manages to win another interaction in neutral. and get himself to set point. He manages to get the double jump combo. We get the level 2 setup. We haven't seen that many of those this set, honestly. Oh, but drops the combo, and this is going to be painful. Teams decides to go into a level 2 of their own. And it seems that the plan is to continue the attack on drive gauge of Leodon, which does make sense considering how close to burnout they are. But oh, I was just about to say that he manages to withstand the avalanche of attacks and then he burns himself out with a drive reversal. And now we are final game, final round in this top 8 match. Both players relatively low on super bar. So we might not be seeing those level 2s for a while.
The anti-airs from Leodon, like I just wanted to say, they have been very, very good throughout the whole set. And he almost has the level 2 already.
Yeah, I guess it didn't take that long. But Deems gets the back throw, but Leodon of course kicks the tornado back, but doesn't really get much pressure off of it. So it definitely is a huge win for Deems to get rid of that option. Oh, but the drive reversal is getting blocked, and this is going to be a punish. And now it's Deems who's going for the level 2 mix. Again, it seems to be mostly an attack on their opponent's drive gauge, which I think is the way that the Jurogi level 2 is the most dangerous. It does strip away a lot of drive gauge if you block instead of parry those hits. But yet another anti-air from Leodon with the heavy mixer.
So yeah, Kimberly versus Manon. Very interesting matchup in my opinion. Yeah, like very interesting. Let us see how they adapt.
Yeah, another one that I'm not exactly sure how you're supposed to play it from either side. Manon with very good buttons, Kimberly with good ways to skip neutral, but it seems that Toko has a very simple plan. He keeps going for those overheads and they keep working out for him. And he does have the block on the opponent's overhead, so he is aware of this option. An early level 1 wake up reversal. Even if it's blocked, it is kind of good to send that message to your opponent early, that you're willing to go for it, so they have to respect you. So I'm guessing Toko is not going to be that worried about it, but he might be worried about this perfect parry, because... Oh, Sticky Boy does not decide to spend it. I think he might have been able to end with level 2 there on that perfect parry combo, but decides not to. We have a back throw incident, and Toko takes first round. They also have 3 medals already. So, all in all, I think Toko in a very good position so far.
Most definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems not this round, because he's already in the corner and Sticky Boy is activating the level 3 install as well. So Sticky Boy Syrup is ready to fight back. Gets the elbow against that low special move from Manon. Puts up the cans. And Toko is very close to burnout. Gets the perfect KO with that meaty. And we're going to a final round. Because Sticky Boy with a little bit less super bar, but he is already in this install, so I'm guessing he's not going to be too worried about it. And we're starting the mix-up game. Gets the overhead. Doesn't have cans, but does the neutral jump against the level 3. It looked like he did the neutral jump even before the super art freeze, which you don't have to do against Manon. So he was very ready for this wake up to be exactly what Toko did. On the other hand, this is some good information to Toko, because next time he might wake up with a level 2 instead, and that would have been anti-aired, I believe, in that situation.
It would most likely, yeah. Only the forward jump... the forward jump was the only kind of jump that would have worked there, Yanick, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. So If Toko is paying attention to that, that might be some very good information for them for the rest of the set. But so far, Sticky Boy is the one with the advantage in the set. So maybe he is not that afraid of the information he's given to his opponent. Good with punish, and we're in the corner again. We have 2 cans. Are we going to put any of them? No, we're going to go into level 3 to get the install again. It seems that this is a very vital part of their strategy. Not all Kimberlys like to go into level 3 in level 2, but this seems like this is how Sticky Boy likes to spend his super meter. Oh, he does impale himself on the second hit of that medium kick. I guess we could call it a Tatsu. Kind of.
Yeah.
And we're getting common grabs, and now at the eye, Toko with a few jump scares in a row. And that's all it takes when Manon is on 5 medals to lose a round and a game. And we're back to square one. 1-1 in the set. Now, Sticky Boy once again brings Toko to the corner. And I think this, once again, this is the main problem that Toko has in those runs. Even in those that he wins, he finds himself in the corner, and this is obviously not the place you want to be against a Kimberly. So perhaps a little bit more active approach in neutral would be in order to try to get the initiative for themselves. Exactly like what he's finding now.
Yeah, I think he might have urged you, to be fair.
Perhaps. Oh, but the drive reversal is going to get punished. We've seen a lot of punished drive reversals today. Seems that players are very much on point with calling those out. Gets the heavy punch target combo. Gets the medium punch DRC, and this is going to be the first medal this game. Or rather the second. And they're going to equalize the round score. Only 2 medals, both players on 3 bars. This might be a fast round, especially if Sticky Boy Syrup is going to take it to the corner immediately once again. And now he's the one throwing the grappler. Wakes up with level 3 again. This time it's going to hit. It's not going to do as much damage as it could, because only 2 medals, but it's still a level 3, so of course always hurts a lot. Gets the punish on drive reversal and goes for testing of reactions of Sticky Boy. And that was a very risky DI, because a level 3 would have killed, I think, if he had the reaction here.
I think so, with the CA? I think so, yeah.
Yeah, especially with CA. So Toko gets another win, gets the lead in the set. And now it's him who manages to get the opponent to the corner. Oh, a good neutral jump from Sticky Boy Syrup. I think he's trying to call out those dash ups into common grab, which Toko has shown. Instead of simply trying to contest with a jab, he decides to hard call out it with a neutral jump. Oh, nice block on the level 2. And this punish is going to take the round. Let's see. Sticky Boy manages to get the hit and gets Toko to the corner again. And that's not the place we want to be. Lands another hit, puts the can. Another blocked drive reversal. Those have to be like 100% miss rate today. And this level 3 might take the game here?
I think so.
Yes. Yep. Equalizes the set with a perfect. We're going to game 5 again. This has been a very close top 8 so far.
To be honest, that's what we like to see.
Definitely, definitely. A good neutral jump by Toko calls out the kick from Sticky Boy Syrup. But now it's Toko who is in trouble with very low drive bar. This target combo, of course, negative on block. I don't think it's punishable, the medium punch, medium kick one. Wake up common grab from Toko though, to call out the shimmy. But Sticky Boy Syrup gets the whiff punish, and now he is on set point. And this is going to be very dangerous for Toko. No more room for error. Again in the corner against Kimberly. We're going to probably see a early level 3 if they get another hit. But Toko has 4 medals and 3 bars of super of their own. So if they manage to find some hits, those hits are going to hurt as well. And he's probably going to be willing to spend it, considering the position he's in. Yes. Spends entirety of his drive bar, spends the super. But he's still going to be in burnout after he comes out of it. So this is still very dangerous for Toko. Gets the stagger pressure with the overhead target combo. Instead of going into overhead, goes into common grab. Manon classic, we've seen this move from Abuoshi today as well. And manages to equalize the rounds. And again, final round, final game. Or rather, the other way around. And we're getting 2 quick common grabs from Toko, and he wants to finish it quick. 2 common grabs into the eye. We've seen this already. That's game 1. But this time it doesn't finish the round, so there's still a chance of a comeback from Sticky Boy Syrup. Gets the air grab. And this is getting really tense. He gets the drive reversal, the first time to hit today, I feel like. But neutral jump into medium kick from Manon is going...
Absolutely top tier. His corner carry is still amazing. Of course he does like the damage, but let us see what Daryl has versus Alfan. Let us do it together.
Okay, we're starting with drive rush, capturing medium kick into drive rush cancel. Okay, it seems that Daryl is presenting a little bit of a Noah the Prodigy kind of playstyle. Let's see how it's going to play out for them. So far, it seems it's working. It seems it's working, and he gets the crosscut DP to get the first round. So maybe I was the one in the wrong to doubt the strategy, but Alfan seems to be taking up the initiative in this round, and let's see how Daryl manages to work his way out of the corner in this round against Alfan's pressure. It seems a lot of those he was trying to check something with a light kick, but Alfan didn't bite. And the question is, how much Alfan is going to spend? Level 2 is going to be spent to secure the round. I think that's the correct decision.
I do agree with you, Yanick, to be fair. Yeah, I do agree.
And let's see. Daryl did seem to play a little bit less wild in the round 2 than he did in round 1. So I wonder if it's about Alfan being the one to grab the initiative first, or is it just Daryl deciding to switch gears a little bit to confuse their opponent?
The fact is that he is moderating a little bit. He is playing a little bit more defensive, a little bit more counter pokish. But Alfan's still with the life lead, and what a trade combo! Is it gonna be enough for level 3?
Yeah, he manages to get to level 3 in the final hit of the combo, and this is going to be game 1 for Alfan.
One of the cases where the target combo actually really comes in clutch to generate that last sliver of meter.
Yeah, and definitely
Very well
did this
played.
time make the difference. And I wonder, since the round where Daryl went wild is the one he won, and the ones where he played a little bit more patient are the ones he lost. I wonder if he's going to go back to this a little bit more crazy playstyle and try to thrive in the chaos. Because the patient approach seems to be not working for him so far. And Alfan is going to take the round once again. I really do wonder what's going to be the adaptation for Daryl. We do see a lot of those standing light kicks from him. Oh, whiffs the heavy punch, and Alfan is not going to allow this kind of mistake to go unpunished.
And Alfan is attempting as well that -5 punish on the stand roundhouse from Daryl, which I really appreciate. He hasn't been really successful with it, but he is trying, he is challenging that range.
Yeah, and it's going to be a level 3 and the second game to Alfan, so Daryl has to find something really quick. But regarding those punishes, this is a spacing dependent thing, right? I'm guessing.
Yep, it is. It is because the stand roundhouse from Ken does have a lot of pushback, but if he does get a little reckless with it, it can be punishable.
Yeah,
With,
Daryl seems to be pushing those buttons a little bit recklessly, I would say. Both the heavy punches, heavy kicks, and the standing light kick as well. We've seen it whiffed a lot of times already.
Definitely agreed on that. This time around, it's Daryl getting the whiff punish with the roundhouse though.
Yeah, and he is the one getting on the offense. This looks a lot like the round 1 of game 1, which is the only one Daryl has won so far. So maybe this is what he needs. Gets the back throw into the corner. But it seems that the offense is slowing down. Oh, doesn't get the entire, and this is going to be a set point for Alfan. The most one-sided game we've had in this top 8 so far. Let's see if Daryl manages to turn it around. This is the last chance he has, basically. It finds the whiff punish to start the comeback, perhaps. Does get the pressure against Alfan. Gets the crosscut. We've seen him land the crosscut before. He definitely does have those. And this is going to be... Yes, he's going to spend level 1 and he's going to equalize the game with a perfect. One step closer to making the comeback. The very important step. Let's see if he manages to pull it through.
This time the standing light kick, getting that conversion with the counter at DRC.
Yeah, I'm guessing this is what he's fishing for while putting the standing kick out there. He wants to counter hit whatever, counter poke whatever poke Alfan is going to lead with, right?
It does seem that's the intention, like 99% of the time at least. I do agree with you, yeah. But
this should be it from Alfan. Yeah, this is going to be a level 3 and Alfan takes it 3-0 against Daryl. But I think it's still a very good performance today by Daryl to get to the top 8. He's still going to get some points.
Terry is a pretty good choice.
What other characters does he have?
Well, he does have a very good Kami. That I do know. Those are his main 2 characters, I would say, Terry and Kami. And okay, he does go with the Terry.
Yeah, it's going to be Terry for now, at least.
Yep, yes it is.
We're starting early with the DRC into coin grab from Abuoshi.
Probably just testing the waters a little bit.
Yeah, as I said, Abuoshi is a player who really likes to get those medals early, even if the play looks greedy. He's willing to go for it. He's going to make you force him to stop. And he's on 4 medals already. Streets is very close to dying in this first round. Also burns himself out. The DI doesn't quite hit, but the medium punch trades with the jab, and Abuoshi gets the first round very decisively. And let's see how Streets handles this kind of Manon. And we are already on 5 medals, 10 seconds into the second round. This is definitely not a good. This is definitely not good news for Streets. Oh, a blocked DP and gets the common grab. Oh, the hit grab, rather. But Abuoshi does burn himself out, and this might be a path for Streets to make a comeback this round. Both players with level 3, so he has to be a little bit worried when pressuring, even in burnout. Oh, burns himself out to get the overhead, but Abuoshi is ready to block it. And now it's looking very dire for Streets.
Tries that wish confirm, but
a really good punish from Abuoshi. I wasn't sure if he's going to have the reach to do a punish that will actually kill here. But Abuoshi, very, very good presence of mind to go for the punish counter heavy kick into the reverse light kick. I don't think I've seen this route before.
me neither, to be fair. But as you said, very good awareness from Abuoshi, and an early EXDP reversal from Streets.
Yeah, those DPs
blocked.
have not been hitting for Streets so far. Let's see if he's going to adapt the timing of those. Abuoshi a little bit calmer now with the DRC into Con grab. Decides to go for the jab this time.
Yeah, seeing
Oh,
maybe
but
if Streets is gonna adapt, but them.
Streets
corner
ready for it
incident.
this time.
Yep, exactly.
And now it's Abuoshi who's getting pressure in the corner. He goes for the target combo. Oh! The DP is whiffing again. He gets the wake up level 1. Oh! Whiffs the throw, and Abuoshi manages to snatch out this round from his hands. A little bit unfortunate for Streets, but Abuoshi seems to be pretty in control so far. Even when chaos ensues with all those anti-normals into whiffed DPs and so forth. He's on 4 medals again, very, very fast into the set, into the game. And gets to 5 medals, and now it is very difficult to come back from this position. Very low on drive from Streets. One hit might do it for Abuoshi. And you definitely don't want to go 0-2 in an FT3, but Streets finds the hit, decides not to spend the super. That's a very greedy decision, I think. Or
I do agree, Yanick. But
I guess it worked out, although maybe he decided that he's not going to be able to kill anyway, so that's why he didn't spend. But then I have to question, why burn yourself out then? Anyways, we do get to round 3 for this game, so maybe the joke's on me.
oh, we shall see, Yanick. Oh, what a call out from Streets with the neutral jump on that minus bird knuckle specifically.
Yeah, that burn knuckle looked like it was negative, but I guess it wasn't -5.
Yep.
It looked punishable to me, so maybe a jab would have been enough. Or maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe just -4. I think you are right, Yanick. Maybe not -5, but -4.
Oh, whiffs the common grab. But Streets is in burnout. Oh, but the DI hits, and this is going to be it. And 2-0 for Abuoshi. Yeah, but even if he wasn't sure if that Barnacle was safe or not, like, you are usually going to see Manon try to punish it with a common grab, so I guess the neutral jump was the right call, whether he knew or not, if it's going to be punishable. And he did get his reward, but it wasn't enough in that game. And Abuoshi is already starting to put him into the corner. A good DP this time. Oh, the hit grab tries to go for the hit grab to go through the fireball, but it's not fast enough to punish the fireball and gets punished himself. But both players very close to each other in health. Streets burns himself out again. It seems that he doesn't mind burning himself out in this matchup that much, and Abuoshi goes for the chip. I think medium punch into that special is a true block string in Bernard,
yeah.
So he didn't have much choice after blocking the medium punch. Abuoshi wakes up with a level 2 though. Always good to show that option. Lands the jump in, decides to reset into a combo grab instead of going for a combo. Perhaps didn't confirm. But does get a hit, and this is going to be a 3-0. I did not expect this to be a 3-0. That's a very quick set from Abuoshi. And this is getting to a point where every match is going to be a banger, I think. Because there are no bad players left, obviously. It's... we're in the top 6 right now, right?
I do think so, yeah. Yeah. Dims, Alfan, Abel and Abuoshi, so Sticky Boy Syrup, and Leodon and Toko. Exactly.
I think it's a little bit of a surprise to see both of those players in the losers bracket.
It is.
Although at this point in tournament, there's not many slots left in the tournament bracket in general, much less the winners bracket. So maybe I'm a little bit too expecting too much. But anyways, we're starting the match. Dims versus Alfan. Both French players. And
the question is, do they know each other yet?
I would assume they should. Picking matching colors as well.
True. Didn't notice that. Holy.
And it seems that Alfan is the one getting the upper hand for now. Let's see what the pressure is in the corner. It seems that he just wants to throw him. A good shimmy as his last choice of offense for this round, and Alfan gets the first round.
Seeing a lot of balance from both, and this time around Dims getting that low forward punish counter into the DRC.
Yes, I'm assuming this is going to be a very footsies heavy matchup between those two players. Oh, Alfan decides to swing it with a DI and gets the hit. And this might be the momentum swing that he needed this round. Although Dims gets the whiff punish and finishes the round, equalizing the game for now. And so we're going to round 3, both players with Super Free on deck. And let's see who's going to land the first strike in this set, who's going to get the first game.
Okay, Dims is gonna cash out.
Yes,
I think it's a good decision, Yanick, to be fair.
Yeah, I guess gets the drive back. There is not much of a drawback to using it early. Yuri does get a Oki from it, so...
Especially considering it's last round.
Yeah, and now Alfan is on the last sliver of health, and the question is, can he make the comeback? He does get the back throw, a good DI from Dims. Of course, Alfan could not react with a DI of their own with this amount of health, and doesn't have the super ready. And Dims draws first blood in this set. And we're going to...
We go into the menu, but will we see a character change from Alfan? That is the question.
We don't.
Oh. Probably just taking a breather.
Perhaps.
Which is very fine and legal, so very well done. If that was the case.
We have seen a lot of punishes, a lot of cancels into the stock and not many punishes from Alfan yet. I'm not sure how good is Kami at punishing this move, because it's one of the tougher moves to punish if you're spacing it well. But I think there might have been a few that should have been Kami should have been able to punish, I think.
You mean the medium stock? The medium floor?
Yeah.
With the standing light kick, yes. I agree on it. But if it's well spaced, even with Kami's stand short, it's tough, yeah.
Alfan does get the first round though, and manages to put teams in the corner with very low drive bar. So he might be able, he's in a very good position, and this might actually be a kill even.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's call Sejam. This is actually going to be very close.
Didn't even need the optimal route. Yeah,
Okay.
it killed.
I
Very good
expected it to
awareness.
be much closer than it was, honestly.
Yeah, I thought the same, Yanick, to be fair.
And this is 1-1 in the set so far. So Alfan manages to equalize it in a very quick manner as well. So I wonder what Teams is going to have to say about that.
Ooh.
Yeah, another Fuha stock that looked pretty punishable to me.
Yeah, that one was clearly punishable with the stand short, yes. Alfan decided to go for the stand fierce. Which, to be fair, deals a lot of drive gauge damage, so I definitely don't blame him, Yanick. But round up for Dims.
Yeah, he does manage to overwhelm Alfan with his offense a little bit. We do see Dims jumping a lot in this matchup, I think, but as I said, it's Alfan who decides to take the area approach.
Very sharp DP from Alfan in the corner, getting the back throw punish counter as well. Okay.
A good anti-air against the dive kick. The dive kick came pretty late to try to throw off the entire timing, but this DP doesn't really care about your dive kick timing. It is a good DP. And Dims goes into level 2, which I think is interesting when Alfan is already in burnout. I wonder what the... Oh, I guess he wants to go for the instant overhead pressure. Oh, that's not the combo he wanted to do after stunning. A wake up level 3 from Alfan does land it. So we are going to round 3.
Yeah, that is a pretty good call out from Alfan, to be fair.
And I'm guessing Dims must be pretty sad about that stun combo.
Wow, that was a very, very good buffer from Dims. Getting that stand short into the stock, but we got a corner incident, Yanick.
Yeah, and it seems that Alfan... Oh, Dims manages to switch sides, and he's the one with the meter here, so... Alfan has to be very worried about getting hit, because one hit can end this game from Dims. Although Dims is pretty low on drive compared to Alfan. They're both very, very ready. They want to try to bait each other into using reversals, and neither of them is biting so far. It seems like... Okay, and Dims is getting the combo. Oh, doesn't get the last hit in the combo, and Alfan is still alive. And he might actually get it. He gets level 3. And Alfan is taking the lead in this set because of that dropped combo. Teams cannot be happy about how this game went. 2 rounds dropped basically to suboptimal combo choice or execution. And we often see the players in this position. This does affect your mental oftentimes. So I wonder if Dims is going to have the mental fortitude to pick the setup from this position and keep playing, or if it's going to make him crumble.
Yep. Very agreed with you, Yanick. He will need that mental fortitude for sure. Especially being down on the set.
Yeah, it's 2-1 for Alfan, so it's not like he has a lot of room for error now.
Exactly.
But it seems that he's pretty composed in this round at least. And he's going to take it and put himself one round away from equalizing this set.
Finds the low for DRC and gets the corner.
Good bait on the DP from Alfan though.
He has been using a lot of varied hooligan setups in his Oki today, and I'm loving that, to be honest. It really adds another layer of offense, or rather offensive edge into Kemi. Really liking to see that, Yanick, today.
And manages to close this round with a level 1, so both players are going to go into the third round with 2 bars. Alfan on set points, Dims needs to win this round to equalize the set.
Gets the side switch with the EX spiral arrow.
Alfan already pretty low on life, both players pretty low on drive. And that might actually be burnout. Oh, and gets the punish on the drive reversal. Yeah, it is very risky to drive reversal on this cancel. Yuris are often very ready to block here.
And it's 2-2. We go into the final match.
Exactly. This is going to be the game that decides who finishes the tournament and who's going to go through to the losers final. And so far it seems that Dims actually managed to pick up the pace of the match, and he's the one who seems to be dictating it. After that game 3, surprisingly, that game 3 which he lost to execution errors is the game after which the momentum shift came. In the direction it usually doesn't go to in these situations. So really good mental fortitude for Dims, and he's going to put himself on the set point with that level 1 now. And let's see if Alfan has anything to stop Dims from making this comeback. So far, very slow, patient play from both players in neutral. They know what is at stake. Neither of them wants to risk too much. Gets the back throw into the corner, and this might be very dangerous for Alfan. Teams can go into level 2 if they want to, but the air reset means that the stock is punishable, and Alfan gets the combo into level 3 to put us on final game, final round once again in this top 8. Of course, Alfan without meter and Dims with 3 bars, but he'll definitely take it, considering in the danger he was in just a second ago.
Team's finding a lot of success with that drive reversal, calling out those DRCs from Alfan.
Yeah, that's true, but Alfan manages to put Dims in burnout, and this is a very scary situation. Of course, Dims still has 3 bars, so no checkmate situations are going to happen here, but Alfan gets the hit and doesn't drop the combo, and he is the one who goes through to the losers final over Dims. Have those 2 players played today already?
They keep winning Abuoshi. To be fair, I honestly think so, but I can't recall specifically, Yanick. I do think so, though.
We definitely seen Kimberly versus Manon today, but I'm not sure if it was those players.
It was maybe Toko? maybe, I don't know.
Oh yeah. It was Toko who put Sticky Boy into losers, I think. So let's see if Abuoshi also manages to win this matchup, or perhaps if Sticky Boy learned something about the matchup from the previous set. Oh,
Good parry from
on the
Abuoshi. Yeah.
yeah. He's still in a pretty difficult spot. Oh, the whiffed Tatsu is definitely not what he wanted. And now the overheads are coming, and the drive rush into common grab. I think that
Did he
was
want the
supposed...
super too, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, I think he wanted to super 2 to chip them out, but the super didn't come out. That would be my bet. A very brave parry by Sticky Boy Zero, because we've seen Abuoshi not finish the target combo and go into corner grab as a mix-up. And a pretty weird decision to go into level 3 from a perfect parry in this situation. I guess he wants the buff, but still, there's a lot of damage lost because of the perfect parry scaling. So a really unusual decision by Sticky Boy. But Abuoshi is on 5 medals already. But he is in burnout, so Sticky Boy might be able to... Oh! Yes, he manages to bait out the super and gets the kill. And this is game 1 to Sticky Boy. Good with punish. And it definitely seems like Sticky Boy is looking much more comfortable in this matchup than he looked against Toko.
I would definitely agree. Maybe because, well, honestly, I'll need some more time to draw the conclusion, Yanick. But it does seem to be like that, yeah.
But Abuoshi keeps on with his game plan of getting those early medals. He likes getting those command grabs very early to stack up this damage. Oh. And he's going to take it with the level 2. A very quick equalization by Abuoshi in this set. So perhaps I judged too soon on how comfortable Sticky is in this matchup. But a good perfect parry on the overhead special move from Abuoshi. And once again he perfect parries the overhead target combo. I wonder if Abuoshi is going to go for the command grab instead of the second hit next time he tries to use this target combo.
We shall see. Ooh, but that was a very jump out of the corner with the punish to boot and the kill as well.
Yes, another round in a row for Abuoshi, and now it seems that the momentum has fully shifted and Sticky Boy is the one who's in trouble. He gets command grabbed again, we are on 5 medals, and this I think is going to kill. Yes, 2-1 for Abuoshi with a perfect.
He is not afraid of those -2 Wokies into the command grab. That's what I love about Abuoshi, man. He smells the fear and he just goes for it.
Yes, and I think fear is the name of the game here, because perhaps matchup on familiarity. Maybe he doesn't know that it's -2 after the dash up. But I would guess a player of this caliber would know, and this is more of being afraid, because Abuyoshi's offense has been really strong this entire tournament, so there is a thing to be scared of, definitely.
Yeah, totally agreed, yeah.
He's going to go into level 2 to make sure that this round is finished. And this is going to be Sticky Boy with 1 round away from equalizing the set. Yet another command grab. Gets the hit grab into 4 medals, gets another con grab and gets this time with a medium punch, ends the round, and that puts him on set point with a full bar of meter against not even 2 from Sticky Boy. Good anti-air. Gets him into the corner, and this is very scary. A con grab is not going to kill yet, maybe a punish counter would, but any hit into super is. He manages to catch him with a level 3. I'm not sure if the roll super 3 is going to do it. It's 5 medals, so it might, but
Almost.
not quite. But gets the crouching medium kick to finish it off. And Abuoshi goes into losers semis to 2 Manon's players consecutively.
Yeah, most definitely. But in Europe, we do have a lot of Manons, to be fair. To be fair, we do.
Yeah, we
And-
do.
And
Now we're
these
going
two
to
today
see.
are very good. Sorry. Go ahead, Yanick.
Now we're going to see the winners finals, which is going to be Toko versus Leodon. So it's going to be Manon versus Rashid.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, when I was looking at the bracket, this is not the winners finals I was expecting to see today. So very good on those players for showing this performance early on in the season. And
Totally agreed. Totally.
now that
agreed.
we're in winners finals, I will once again remind you people about the match arena codes. There are still some codes to claim. There's still 19 of them remaining. So none of you claimed them since the last time I reminded you. So I'm
Yes,
going to scold you.
You guys are being very naughty. Come on, guys, let's do it.
But meanwhile, Leodon is the one who's getting the initiative early on. Finds the OTDP in Tokoko's pressure. And we're moving closer and closer to the corner, and this is Rashid's favorite place to be. That those drive bars are also getting smaller and smaller. And I think, no, it's not going to be blocked, so Toko manages to switch sides with the level 1 reversal super. Oh, and because the medium punch hit, the con grab whiffed, and the Leodon is going to do the punish with a level 1 to take the round. A little bit unlucky for Toko, not confirming that the medium punch was a hit instead of being blocked. And Leodon taking full advantage of this mistake. Another good with punish from Leodon. A wake up command grab from Toko into dash up command grab. Oh, yeah, the OD overhead I think you cannot DI like this. And Toko is going to punish Leodon for trying it. So we're on final round in this first game. Toko with 1 bar, Leodon with 3. Of course, a big deal for Rashid to have 3 bars of super. Toko on 5 medals though, so he is going to make those con grabs hurt if they land. And one of them lands just as I say it. And Leodon already on yellow health. Heavy punch into another con grab, and that's how Toko is going to take the first game. And once again we see Toko very willing to keep going towards the con grab to get a very quick win in the game 1. It seems that when he gets running, he really likes to make use of the fact that the opponent is getting scared.
Definitely agree on that.
Yeah, and disrespect the defense with those corner grabs a little bit more, over and over even. Let's see how Leodon is going to be ready to adapt to it. So far he's back thrown into the corner, but it's not all lost because he manages to slowly fight his way back. Gets the side switch, goes for the safe jump Oki and gets the hit and gets the kill. And this is going to be a round for him. And once again we see repeated overheads from Toko, another one of his favorite moves. He seems to like going for the same move over and over. Whether it's corner grab, overhead. He likes, I guess there is this element of frustrating your opponent by hitting them with the same move over and over again. And as a grappler player, you probably want to cause some negative emotions in your opponent to make them be maybe a little bit less rational with the decision making. And speaking of decision making, Toko decides to wake up with a level 3 early on in the round, and Leodon is very close to being burnt out, but he finds the knockdown into level 2. And this is going to be a very difficult position to defend from Toko, but he manages to defend. But where is his reward, man? Where is his reward? He blocked everything and he is in burnout and he is going to be put in checkmate. It's not going to quite kill yet, but Leodon is going to have another level 2 very soon. And he will not even need it, manages to find the crouching minion punch into the Avash cancel, into a combo, and equalizes the set. 1-1. Toko finds the Koan grab, he finds the overhead target combo instead of going to Koan grab this time. But Leodon keeps up with their offense. Oh, I'm guessing that was supposed to be a heavy mixer as an entire, but he just got the wrong button, and Toko manages to exploit that mistake to get their own pressure and take the round from Leodon. Good with punish from Leodon once again. Oh, and this is going to be a big punish. Decides to take the corner carry instead, and I think he might be, yes, he is able to block that. And he is ready to punish it fully. 2 back dashes into fully charged fireball.
That was a very optimal punish from Leodon as well on the block level too, Yanick. I do have to point that out. Holy shit.
Yeah, definitely. That was. It seems like Leodon is ready for the matchup. He knows exactly how punishable this super is. And he manages to find early on in the level into the round 3. He manages to find level 2, and Toko manages to find drive a vessel through the tornado. A very risky maneuver most of the time, but he manages to get the timing just right. A good neutral jump against the Koan grab, and this is going to be quite scary for Toko. Not much room for error in this game. I think this is going to hit. And let's see if he's going to be ready to. No! Leodon manages to show yet another character with that option of going into the air, into an air special to call out an attempt of a throw. And Leodon grabs the lead in the set.
This one I do know the name. It's the EX Arabian Sky High.
Okay, Arabian Sky High. Okay. I'm going to try to remember it. And it seems that Leodon is on a roll. He manages... Ever since that game 1, it's been mostly him on the initiative, on the offense. And this seems to be the case in this round as well, and manages to put himself on set point in this winners finals. So Toko on 1 medal, he has to work his way out of this position from basically 0. In this game at least, he is on 1 game point. But Leodon is going to get to level 2, and Toko can't afford to take another hit, and he does take another hit. Leodon manages to find it, and he is the one who moves into grand finals on winner's side.
And I think this is a rematch from today, right? Alfan and Abuoshi have already played, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me check.
Or not. I actually think so.
No, Abuoshi lost to Dims.
Oh, right, it was them. Yeah.
But Abuoshi is already managed to bring Alfan to the corner. He's going to get 2 medals already, getting the 4th one, and this is going to be a very quick round 1 for him. Alfan decides to call out the DRC con grab with a DP. He noticed that when Abuoshi is not doing the con grab, he's usually doing the jab, so it is safe to DPOS that Drive cancel. I think that's the logic there. The question is Abuoshi going to see it? And will he have to see it? Because he's already on 5 medals, 1 hit away from winning the first game. And he is on a 3 win streak, so...
Yep. That was a pretty good EX dive kick from Alfan, though not getting anything from it, unfortunately. And on the corner as well, but... with the CA, Yanick, maybe?
I think it is going to make it, to do it.
Yep.
Yes, so he equalizes the first game. Of course, he's not going to have that meter available for round 3, but he would much rather be in that position than lose round 2. Which definitely was a threat. Okay, decides not to DPOS, but drive reversal on that driver's cancel this time. Probably was checking if Abuoshi has caught on his defensive option. We're seeing a few buttons whiff from both sides, but nobody ready to whiff punish anything, because at this point you really don't want to risk too much. Any hit is going to be way too important. Abuoshi is the first one to take the air approach. Both players... Oh, this throw is going to do it. Alfan takes the first game, even though it looked like he might lose it in the second round. But this round, much more dominant from Alfan, and he gets the first game. And the question is, how is Abuoshi going to react to that? Because he did lose the first game in the previous set as well, and that was the only game he lost that set.
This time around, Alfan getting the corner early. Definitely a change of pace. And the burnout again with the spiral arrow. Okay, I love that.
Yes, and Abuoshi is in burnout, so the DI is going to hit. This is always a difficult position, because even if you are going to react, if you are able to react, should you in this position as Abuoshi? Because the round was... you would still be in burnout.
Yeah.
You would still be in burnout for a little bit. You're still very low on HP. You might not be able to make the comeback, and it's going to cost you the 1 super bar whether you make it or not. So he decides not to spend it. And let's see if he's going to be perhaps able to spend this bar better in the second round. Because it seems like he's going to need it. I'm a little bit surprised he didn't go into level 3 from this combo to burn Alfan out. Also...
honestly.
Oh, okay, but really good
cancel.
buffer. Decides to go for level 2, perhaps because level 3 would not have killed anyway, so he wanted to make sure he has some bar left for round 3 if he manages to take it there. And let's see, yet again, final round is the round where it slows down a lot. No more crazy calls. And let's see what the Oki is from Abuoshi. Drive Rush, Drive Impact is the Oki from Abuoshi. A very... okay, I guess he is not that afraid of taking risks then.
Yeah, maybe. Exactly, trying a hard call out on the XTP. That would be my bet, Yanick.
Oh yeah, that makes sense, yeah, that would be the call out. But Alfan manages to find yet another Drive Impact to take the stun, and this is going to bring the game to 2-0, the set to 2-0 for Alfan. And Abuoshi is going to have to make a full reverse sweep if he wants to remain in the tournament.
Yeah, for sure, it's not looking easy at all. Alfan's got his anti-airs on point, he's got his counter it confirms on point, he's got his low forwards DRCs on point. It's looking very, very tough. Even the dive kicks, we see a very, very plus dive kick here. Very well done by Alfan. And he's got the corner already. But, oh, it's an incident?
Back throw incident into a corner grab, and this might be the momentum shift that Abuoshi needs, but Alfan manages to switch sides once again. And we're back to neutral in this situation. A very good anti-air throw to keep Abuoshi in the corner, and burns him out and immediately goes for the eye. Perhaps to surprise him, maybe Abuoshi wasn't ready to react to the eye this immediately after getting put in burnout. I'm guessing that's the intention behind the DI this quickly. And Alfan is on set point, and this might be a 3-0 if Abuoshi doesn't find the answer for Alfan's neutral game really fast. Yet again, Abuoshi is put in burnout in his own corner, with nowhere left to run. He does have 3 bars of super though. He manages to survive the burnout with minimal losses, I think, considering the position he was in. But still can't find the one hit that will turn the offensive on for him. And Alfan manages to burn him out once again with immediate DI after putting the opponent in block stun, in burnout. And he's going to finish it with a level 3. And this is going to be a clean 3-0 from Alfan, sending a very, very big message to perhaps Toko, who's awaiting him in the losers finals.
Yeah, I would say that's a very big message for sure. Like, Alfan's got his neutral all tied up and ready today, honestly, Yanick. It's very, very good. And his offense as well. Getting those light confirms, especially those jabs, counter hits into the crutch medium punch and spiral arrow. That corner carry is very valuable. Like, all of it has been great from Alfan today, I do have to say.
Yeah, and he's going to play another Manon player, so he's already shown a lot of how he wants to deal with the matchup, so I wonder what kind of answers Toko is going to have ready, because I'm guessing he did watch that set. So far, okay, I wanted to say it looks similar, but the perfect parry on the dive kick. We've seen some good perfect parries from Toko today. So maybe that's the answer that Abuoshi was missing in his gameplay, but really good punish on the overhead. And Alfan is going to take the first round. Please tell me he's...
Sorry.
Please tell me he's not going to do 6 rounds straight against Manons.
I mean, if he does, kudos on him.
6 games straight, I mean, I don't think he did 6 rounds straight in the last set, but...
Yeah, exactly.
Good block on the level 2. And he's going to do level 3 to put their opponent in burnout. And I think he's going to be able to have a checkmate from here.
I think so, yeah. Tokoko's
Yeah.
very close to the corner, so yeah.
Yeah, easy peasy. He's going to take it, and that's the game 1. And let's see what answers Toko is going to show for us. It seems that he is much more willing to try to parry, but Alfan has already... It seems that he's already managed to realize that this is the case. But Toko is getting those con grabs. Alfan is ready to challenge the dash after con grab, so he is familiar with the matchup. To some degree, at the very least.
Yeah, there was a jab there, so for sure.
But Toko manages to take the round nonetheless, and he is on 4 medals. Overhead target combo into the overhead special. Oh, tries to go for the side switch on Oki. The Hurricane Classic, I call it. Hurricane loves to end rounds with this.
Big man Hurricane. Indeed he does, for sure. I do know it as well. I played against him a couple times in ranked, and he does love that option. But a very good finish from Toko here.
Yeah, gets the anti-air into the hit grab. He could have cancelled that into level 3, but knows with 5 medals the hit grab was going to be enough, regardless. And he does equalize the set. A good sweep. With punish with a sweep. And it seems that the game has a little bit slowed down. They are willing to press the big buttons in neutral. Good anti-air by Alfan with the EXDP. Finds the counter hit jab into driver's cancel, puts himself in burnout, but the level 1 is going to finish it off. He gets the kill, and he is taking the lead in the set again. Although it's just a 1 round lead so far. Can Manon do anything after she drive rushes after the hit grab if Alfan decides to DP?
To be honest, I think she has a reversal, yes, for sure. I think some reversals that she has are guaranteed. Because the Oki on the XTP is definitely not... Yeah, it's definitely not a safe drive rush, yes. Even versus Manon, I would say.
Okay, so Alfan manages to find a combo and he puts the set to 2-0 for him. So I might have cursed this bracket, and Alfan is going to do 6 straight games against Manons in top 8 of this tournament.
It's looking likely, to be honest, Yanick. And again, that jab counter hit into the confirm.
But once again, a perfect parry by Toko, and it seems that the few times that this looks hopeful for Toko is when he is ready to perfect parry the Oki from Alfan. But this is not going to be enough. I think Toko also needs to have some answers in neutral, because Alfan is on set point already. This is 2-0, and this is looking very scary. Once again, a whiff punish sweep.
Yep. Definitely hitting those off very well. Almost on burnout Toko with calling out the shimmy, Yanick.
Yeah, once we've seen this from him before. He does do wake up cone grab to call out the shimmy, and I guess what better time to take some risks than when you're about to be eliminated. But I'm afraid those risks were not enough. Alfan finds another hit, and he's the one going to the losers final. No, he's the one
to do it as well. I'm not gonna blame him. Well, let us go into the grand finals. Yanick, are you excited, my man?
Yes. The grand finals, of course, Leodon is starting it from the winner side, so Alfan has to win 2 sets. And he's starting it with playing classic Street Fighter 6. Leodon already in the corner. Good with punish on the mixer. And this round is already looking pretty tough for Leodon.
Yep. The health deficit is, well, enormous already.
Yeah, he's already on the yellow. So not much room for mistakes in this round, and this crouching medium kick is going to be the move that takes it for this round. Alfan takes the lead. Good punish on the dive kick. I wonder what James would have to say about it.
Oh my goodness, that was a good one. Yeah, this time around the dive kick, I was saying that Alfan's dive kicks versus the two Manos were great, Yanick. This one, not so much. This one though was very good. I do have to say.
Yeah, good perfect parry by Alfan, and he's going to go into level 3 from perfect parry. Surely this won't be enough to kill.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yep, it is not.
Interesting idea. Maybe if he spent all of his drive, but still. It's the second time today we see a player use level 3 in a combo from perfect parry where it won't kill or burn out. And I'm a little bit confused, to be honest. Alfan did manage to take that game, but I'm not exactly sure what the decision making is.
Yeah. Damage was decent, but I do agree with you, Yanick.
Good with punish with the crouching medium kick. Gets the Arabian Sky High. I did remember this time.
Yes, you did. Oh, what a stand fierce to actually intercept that dive kick attempt from Alfan. And this time, Alfan tastes his own medicine.
Yeah, well, of course the dive kicks always have this big head box, so you can swat it with some big normals, like Leodon just did with that heavy punch. And we're going into level 2 mix. Alfan is willing to just take the throws, but oh, or rather not, he did tech in the end. But manages to defend through all of the SA2 from Rashid, so I'm guessing he's going to be happy about that. But Leodon gets the side switch and puts Alfan in the corner, so it's not the end of his pressure just yet. Manages to find the anti-air to keep him in the corner, gets the throw. And Alfan manages to jump over him without getting anti-air, but he is very low on health. So next hit is going to do it, although it's probably going to do it for Alfan as well.
Very good dive kick from Alfan this time.
Yes.
Another time, not this time.
Oh! Oh no! He dropped the combo from the DI wall splat. And he gets hit by a reversal from Leodon, who equalizes the set. Unfortunate, because he definitely had that round in the bag. But Leodon manages to take advantage of the missed opportunity by Alfan. Gets him to the corner with the Eagle Spike. And gets him in burnout with the punish counter throw. And this is going to be very scary. And at this point, Alfan probably is not going to go for level 1 against a DI in this round. But we will not find out, because Leodon doesn't even try. He just finds the anti-air with the mixer into EX mixer. And we see yet another OD mixer as a reversal from Leodon. He's a little bit... he used two of those very close to each other, so I wonder if Alfan is taking note of that. In the meantime, Leodon is going to get the second game for himself. It's 2-1 in the set for him. And
Match point for him, specifically.
yes, match point for him. Alfan, of course, still would have to force a reset. So he needs to win 2 more games in a row, and then he needs to win another set. So that tournament win is very close for him, but yet so far, for now. Let's see if he manages to make that journey. So far it seems that he does have something to say still.
Very good call out on that side switch attempt in the string from Alfan and gets the
Yes.
first round.
Was ready to call out this, or maybe even react to that side switch. Anyways, knows that this is minus, he does press the jabs to interrupt it.
Exactly. Exactly. Gets
And
the
for
spin
now-
knuckle on block. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems that he managed to slow the game down a bit. But he speeds it up himself, confirming into level 3, and this is going to be a kill. So the set is going to be 2-2, and the next game is going to decide if we're going into another set or is Leodon going to take it. I want to see a reset, honestly.
To be honest, Sam, from these 2 players for sure.
Yeah, this is some very high level Street Fighter from those players. Doesn't get the conversion from the dive kick, and Leodon manages to find a hit of his own. Gets the overhead, gets the throw, puts him in the corner, and this is where Rashid loves to be the most. But it seems that Alfan is ready, gets the crouching medium kick and puts Leodon in the corner. And he's going to get the jump in over the fireball, and he is on reset point right now.
Yep. Both playing very aggressively on that neutral reset from the throw attack. But Alfan, of course, got the correct decision.
Yes, and once again, Alfan manages to put Leodon in the corner, and this is very close. Oh,
Okay, we're back.
that's
Therefore,
not a very
testing the
good time
rollback.
for a lag spike.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's okay now.
At least seems to be. Good confirm from Leodon with the crutch strong and goes into the level 2 Yanick. Let
Going
us
to take
see.
the grab. A good jump out by Alfan, a very brave decision to jump out with the tornado. Well, I guess the active frames of the tornado were over, but he was still getting the wind effects on specials, and he manages to make the comeback here.
Yes, I do think that, as you said, the air current was still in effect.
So tournament point versus reset point.
Exactly.
Both players high on meter, Leodon on 2 out of 3, but as a Rashid you probably only care about 2 anyways.
Yeah. But
Well,
3,
mostly.
but 3 sometimes means 4,
That's
which
true.
is very good.
But Alfan manages to find a level 3. I don't think it's going to kill just yet, but it's going to put him 1 hit away from making that reset and put Leodon in a very tight spot with low drive, low health. And he's going to get the knockdown. This has to be level 2, yeah?
Yes, it is.
And is he going to manage to capitalize on the level 2? The air current is going to make it so he gets to combo from that overhead. But there's still 1 more hit to get, and Leodon gets it with a wake up DP. And this is going to be it.